Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Hashem, El Shai, Hashem, Kwakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Mission Well. This Badam Nasha DC Camp, short lesson to define the hope for elect, doing the work of the Lord, Hashem, Shai, sincere truth and diligence of mind. Yeah, so you see the picture in the background, the so-called elected officials, man, they're gonna go at it, because they're getting fed up. All it boils down to is just the Lord about Shemel Shai sowing that discord, bringing that division among the people. Okay, so I'm going to get this scripture real quick. It's going to be from the book of Isaiah chapter 19 verse 14. Okay, Isaiah chapter 19 verse 14. And it says, the Lord about Shemel Shai by Shemel Kwakadash had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Then verse 15 says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And just you're gonna see the fallout, man, in Babylon, because this disaster of this virus, Lord Yahweh Shemashah, has unleashed upon the earth. It's letting you see what people are made of,
Can we do better? There's always things that pop up that we can do better on, and I call the question.
I'm sorry, that's not how this works. We each have an opportunity to speak 5 minutes.
I thought we did.
Yeah, the question's been
I'm
called.
sorry. No, I'm sorry.
We've been
City
That's not how calling the question works. You need a second and you need to vote on
Did
it.
I have a second for calling
So
the
are you
question?
telling me that you're going to keep me from talking right now?
You've talked all evening.
Look, you're calling me disrespectful because I've interrupted people, but this gentleman has turned off people's lights in the middle of a global health pandemic. That's what that gentleman did.
Point
Point of order.
And you think I'm disrespectful for interrupting me?
Point of order.
This gentleman has
Point
had the ability to
of
do any
order.
number of things.
Point
We
of
could have
order.
banned large gatherings. We could have closed the beach. We could have put a moratorium on
I recessed the
utility
meeting.
shutoffs.
I recessed the
Also
meeting.
not within your power, and the
recessed
attorney
the
has
meeting.
held that that's true.
I recessed the meeting.
You came up with new rules at the beginning of the meeting, and then you didn't even want to follow the rules that you came up with.
And you took advantage of
So that lets you know that this place is going down. It's going to turn so argumentative, all right? And then it's going to get violent, all right? So this is just the so-called elected officials, that they're all, sitting down, trying to work things out, but it's not going to work out, man, because the Lord Yahweh Shai is pulling the plug out here on Babylon, a.k.a. America, all right? And it's going to get terrible, all right? So it's just a sign of things to come. These so-called elected officials, they're going to start, punching each other out, just like you've seen those so-called African countries, South America, Eastern Europe, even in Russia, whatever, China, Japan. Yeah, they're going to get down, get busy. You're going to see black eyes, bloody nose, busted lips, all that stuff. So it's coming, man. It's coming. So just got to pray, Lord, that about Shema Shai, that you're covered from this madness that's engulfing these people. When they play games with people's lives, so they could get reelected and get some more money from the corporations. This is exactly what you're going to see. All right. So these so-called elected officials have gotten so comfortable that they think that Babylon is going to continue forever. But the day of Babylon is coming to an end. All right.
This is a banana republic is what you're turning this place into with your so-called leadership.
Does a recess mean that we will be?
Yes.
camera on that?
I don't care anything
got a
about
camera
this.
on that?
I don't care anything about this.
Does
We
a-
should have been talking about this last week.
Can
We cut off people's utilities this week and made them pay what could have been their last check to us to turn their lights on in a global health pandemic.
And that's what you see, man. A lot of these leaders are inept, they're not qualified, they're just there, for looks, All right. So there's a time when the Lord Bashim Shai talks about his elect. You know. So I'm gonna get another precept. It's gonna be from the book of Isaiah chapter 24, verse 20. It's like that, verse 10. Okay. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. It says, "The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in." All right. So that's what's going to happen, man. Folks are going to lock themselves indoors because of all this pestilence and the threat of violence. All right, then you're going to have martial law being declared, you know, the troops and the so-called law enforcement on the streets and all that stuff. So it's going to be so tight for people to move around, man, because the Lord Bashim Shai is going to shake his hand violently in this place. All right. Then at verse 11 says, "There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone." All right. And that's how it's going to be in America. All right. So that's how bad it's going to get, man. You know, depression, anxiety, stress. Yeah. People's coping mechanisms is going to fall apart. Okay. And then another precept, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 3. It says, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be ashamed, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion." All right. So all this madness that the folks like to say, "Oh, well, America shall stand strong. America, one nation under God," you know, all that stuff. You know, indivisible with liberty and justice for all and all that stuff. It's not going to work anymore, man. It's all going to fall apart. All that faith in the U.S. government, it's not going to work anymore, man. It's going to go take a different turn. And all that so-called campaign and all that stuff is just a charade. All right? And don't be surprised when they start pushing the RFID microchip, all right? Known in the Bible as the mark of the beast. All right, so you're going to see a lot of turmoil. The confrontation is going to get heated because these people are pissed off, man. People want to live their lives, but the Lord Bashim Shai is turning the chapter over. That's why the man of the Lord, you know, Akim, you got to be more serious. You know, you got to tighten up, you know, pray more, fast more, you know, be more sober-minded, all right, because you don't want to get too comfortable in this place, man. All right. Whatever little the Lord that Bashima Shah is giving you, just use it wisely. All right. So another precept will be from the book of James, chapter 3, verse 16. All right. It says, For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every work. Right? James chapter 3, verse 16. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. So you're going to see videos of people saying their house has been broken into because of the shortage of supplies. Right? It's going to be messed up, man. You know, elected officials, you know, cussing each other out. All that. So it's going to get violent, you know, crime is going to increase, just like, you know, here in Philadelphia, that the police officers are no longer required to be arresting people and bringing them in, you know, for certain types of crimes, all right? So it's going to get messed up, man.
But you don't care about that. You didn't want to meet. But every other year you go around and beg people for their votes.
Can we explain
But you
the
care
recess?
more about your relationship with that guy than you care about the relationship with the people who don't go to work in this building.
Order! You were done. You were done. You're done.
Yep. And that's what the truth does to you, man. The truth, you know, helps you get your shit together. All right, you know, to help you understand what you're doing right and what you need to build on, you know, and the weaknesses that you have. That's what the truth does to you. That's why the doctrine says for reproof and correction. All right. So these so-called leaders, man, when they get put to the test, you could tell, who's weak and who's not. All right. Who's willing to receive correction and help the people. But the time of them really helping the people, those days are over, man. Because it's not what you can do, man. The ball is in a different court. All right. So expect the so-called national emergency measures to increase.
It's disrespectful is what you've done to the working people in the city.
I didn't do anything.
You failed to act.
I didn't do anything.
When you're a leader, you failed to act. You said you didn't do anything. You failed to act.
And that's the parable of the talents. You gotta use what you have. Whatever position the Lord Yahweh Shemashah puts you in, you gotta do what is required of you to be productive. You can't just have a title and not or position on office, and then you don't do what's required. Yeah, so the Messiah frowns upon that. All right. So as a man of the Lord, you have to make sure that you do your best. Okay. And the final precept is going to be from the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. I'm going to read verse 21. And it says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case." So, all that day of affordability is coming to an end. All right, you're going to have a lot of price gouging. Okay, and then the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is going to make the economy fall. All right, and then it says, "And even then evils shall grow upon earth, and even then shall evils grow upon earth." All right, so it's going to be getting messed up. All right, then it says sword. All right, violence and civil wars and world war and all that stuff. Then it says famine. Lack of bread. Lack of affordable, drinking water, or it's a potable water, and great confusion. Folks will not know what to do because all the information coming in, they can't even use it. They keep trying, but they can't because they're held back. All right. So it says in verse 22, For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the order that escape of the hunger shall the sword destroy. So it's going to be messed up. All right. So folks are out there looking for food. When all hell breaks loose, the possibility of them getting smoked is going to be high. If they don't die of the famine, they're going to die by the sword, or by the pestilence. All right. So the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is coming with vengeance upon the earth. So you're going to see more chaos.
When you had an opportunity.
Party for State House.
I don't care anything about that. You think anybody cares?
Does a recess mean that we can reconvene tonight, or? Okay.
Yeah, so that's how serious ICAM should take, their positions, man. Take it seriously and don't play around. Because Lord Yahweh Shai says, strive for the truth unto death, and it's going to give you a crown of life. All right? You don't want to lose your crown to stupidity, for the cares of this world. You got to let go of the irrelevant stuff that these people care about and be more spiritual, okay? So that was the point that I came. Hope you've been edified. How about we continue to get strong in the spirit. Shalom.